The sign appeared overnight. Private parking, no trespassing, in my driveway. And next to it, Karen, smug as ever. "Oh, Tom," she smirked. "I've decided this spot is mine now." She thought she could take what wasn't hers. She had no idea what was coming. Let's begin. You ever meet someone who acts like the world is their personal playground? Yeah, that's Karen, my neighbor, a woman who believed property laws were merely suggestions that applied to everyone except her. My name's Tom Wilkins. I own a modest but comfortable house in a suburban neighborhood outside of Atlanta. It's nothing fancy, but it's mine. One of the best parts? The driveway I paid good money for, right in front of my house. That's where I park my truck. My spot, on my property. But Karen? Oh no, she had other plans. One morning, I walked outside to find a bright red private parking, no trespassing sign posted right at the edge of my driveway. My first thought? That can't be real. My second thought? What kind of lunatic does this? As I stood there, blinking at the sheer audacity, Karen strutted out of her house like she owned the whole damn block. "Oh, good, you're here," she said, crossing her arms. "I was going to talk to you about this. You've been parking in my spot." I stared at her, then at the sign. "Your spot? Lady, this is my driveway." She scoffed, flipping her bleach-blonde bob like some sort of HOA queen. "Well, technically, it's shared street access, and since my property extends just a little further than yours, I've decided to designate this space as my private parking. I put up the sign so there wouldn't be any confusion." Confusion? Oh, I wasn't confused. I was pissed. "You put up a sign," I repeated, trying to keep my voice level. "On my property?" Karen gave a smug smile. "It's for the good of the neighborhood. Your truck is an eyesore. Besides, I have guests over a lot, and they need somewhere to park." I took a deep breath, trying not to lose my temper. "Move the sign, Karen. It's illegal to claim property that isn't yours." Her smirk didn't falter. "Take it up with the HOA." Oh, she had no idea who she was messing with. I wasn't about to let some entitled suburban warlord steal my damn driveway, so I did exactly what any sane, rational person would do. I called the city. Big shocker. They laughed. The zoning office confirmed Karen had zero claim to my driveway. The property lines were clear. The driveway was mine. But here's the kicker. Karen wasn't in the HOA either. Our street wasn't even part of a homeowners association, meaning her whole take it up with the HOA nonsense was just that. Nonsense. I figured a quick conversation with the police would settle things. Spoiler alert, it didn't. When an officer showed up, Karen threw a full-blown tantrum. "She's trespassing on my property!" she shrieked, even though she was standing on my land. The cop checked the records, confirmed the driveway belonged to me, and politely told Karen to remove the sign. Did she listen? No. She waited until the officer left and installed a chain. A literal metal chain, bolted into the concrete, blocking my driveway. I swear to God, my soul left my body for a second. The sheer insanity of it all. I knocked on her door so hard I thought I'd break it. "Karen, you have 5 minutes to take that down before I do it myself." She smirked. "If you touch it, I'll sue you for vandalism." I stared at her, wondering if she actually believed this delusion. "That's my driveway." She shrugged. "Prove it." "Fine. You want proof? You got it." Instead of arguing with a woman who clearly had the legal knowledge of a ham sandwich, I did something better. I called a tow company, and not just any tow company. I called 3. Karen went about her day as if she'd won. She had no clue what was coming. An hour later, a massive tow truck rolled up in front of my house. Karen, sipping her overpriced latte, barely noticed, until the driver got out and started attaching chains to her car. She exploded onto her porch like an angry, screeching banshee. "What are you doing?" The tow guy barely looked up. Towing an illegally parked vehicle? That's my car! She shrieked. Yeah, I said, arms crossed. And it's blocking my driveway. She turned bright red. You can't do this! I have rights! Yeah? I held up the property deed. So do I. The moment Karen saw legal documentation with my name, she lost it. She dialed 911, full Karen mode activated, ranting about theft and harassment. The police arrived, took one look at the situation, and, you're gonna love this, threatened to arrest Karen for trespassing. Oh, but it gets better. Not only was she fined for illegal obstruction, but the police also forced her to pay the tow fees, and those things aren't cheap. Karen was shaking with rage. I'll sue you, she screamed as the tow truck hauled her car away. Go for it, I said, grinning. She stormed inside, slamming the door so hard a piece of her stupid live, laugh, love sign fell off. You'd think that'd be the end, right? That Karen, having been thoroughly humiliated, would learn her lesson? Nope. This woman was determined to be a public menace. The next day, she tried putting up another sign. But this time, I was ready. I installed security cameras. I made sure every petty stunt she pulled was recorded. When she tried to put up another chain, I had video proof. When she screamed at my guests for parking in my driveway, I had video proof. When she tried to slash my tires, yes, she actually did this, I had video proof. And guess what? I took all that footage straight to the cops. Karen was arrested for property damage and harassment. She spent a night in jail. By the time she got out, she had a restraining order and a lovely lawsuit waiting for her. She sold her house 6 months later. When the new owners moved in, I welcomed them with open arms. So, the husband asked, glancing at my driveway, was the last owner weird? I grinned. Buddy, you have no idea. If there's one lesson here, it's this. Don't mess with someone's property. Karen thought she could take what wasn't hers and get away with it. Instead, she lost her car, her money, her house, and her dignity. And me? I got my driveway back, justice served.